We're going to go through an ankle eversion, pails and rails setup in a standing position. So ankle eversion is pretty much the ability to rotate the ankle internally, so collapsing the ankle internally. So this is the position that I want to then promote when setting up for this. I am going to use a wedge. So I've got one of these wedges here, which works really nicely. Alternative type of setups could be using a yoga block, maybe putting a few towels over it. Essentially what you want to do is elevate the front foot. So this part is lifted up, and then we can manipulate the eversion by playing with moving the knee forwards and in, and also collapsing the ankle inside. So for the setup, I can play in terms of placing my foot up onto the wedge with the angle. So roughly a 45-degree angle with my foot, but that could be played. So I could turn it out a bit more, I could turn it in a bit more even. In combination with both moving the knee forwards, doesn't necessarily have to be in a direction going over the toes, but actually going somewhat over the toes, but also collapsing inwards. By letting that knee collapse inwards, potentially letting the knee also internally rotate, I'm then able to load this area more and collapse, enter an eversion position more easily. So combination of letting the knee roll in, also letting the ankle collapse inwards. And what we're looking for is a line of tension somewhere up in this region here. Okay, so assuming that you found a good line of tension, we'll then hold for the prescribed amount of time. The PAILS contraction is going to think about gas pedaling into the wedge. So I'm going to push down with all of this foot, and I'm really going to think about contracting the inner area where I feel quite a good line of tension and stretch. So it's pretty much me pushing down as if I was trying to flatten that foot back out. Okay, so it's as if I was pushing down to bring this part of my heel back up, but I'm not going to let that happen. And then the opposite, the rails contraction, will be to contract the other side. So I'm going to promote more of the ankle inversion by trying to contract the outside region here to try and promote more of collapsing the ankle inside. So I'll run through a quick example. I'm here, I've held my passive stretch. I'm now going to start to build up in the space of 5 to 10 seconds a good PAILS contraction of pushing down, contracting everything on the inside of the ankle and up the back that I feel is on stretch. I will hold that effort for 20 seconds further. And then after I've held that for 20 seconds, I'm then going to switch into my rails contraction. So then I'm contracting the other side, the outside of the ankle, to try to actively collapse the ankle inwards even more. Think about also not letting the knee move. We want to keep the knee in exactly the same place. Essentially, it's almost like we're trying to hold on to the stretch now that's on the inside. I would hold that for a further 20 seconds and then soften, and then just play with the variables I provided in terms of finding the passive stretch. So a combination of knee going forwards with inwards, letting that ankle collapse a little bit more to find a new line of tension. Then I would hold here for 15 to 20 seconds before going into my second round.